Freddie Green, the great guitarist who came up in the Kansas City jazz scene with Count Basie, solidifying the modern jazz rhythm section of Papa Joe Jones, Walter Page, Count Basie, and Grant Green. So instrumental and influential was his playing that it's literally eponymously named Freddie Green Comping. This style is crucial in a big band setting for generally traditional straight ahead swing charts. You're going to encounter them if your guitar is playing in some sort of big band, larger ensemble setting, but also in small group setting, it's really appropriate too. There's three things about it that we need to talk about that are absolutely crucial to make it swinging. First is the volume. You gotta just shut up, right? You don't do this. It's not that at all. You need to roll off the volume, depending on the type of guitar you have. If you have a full archtop guitar like that one over there, then very, very little volume. This one's chambered, so have a little more. And, on an electric, semi-hollow body, even a, solid body, whatever you have, you can get a little more volume, but really it's about the percussive effect because you're not providing harmony. We're not in the harmony section. We're in the rhythm section. We're providing rhythm. We're, along with the bass and drums, dictating what the time is, what the feel is, and what the tempo is. So we have to lock up our quarter notes, bass and drums. It's the hardest thing to do. What? Just quarter notes. Playing quarter notes all night with two other people at the same time through every chart. It's incredibly hard, but really, really rewarding when it happens. So turn down the volume. The old adage is you want to be felt, not heard. So play around with it. Make sure you're in a good position in front of your amp and that you're not going to be overpowering piano and the rest of the rhythm section. Don't equate that to a light right hand because sometimes I see, I'll just play quieter. No, you need the percussive effect. It's the percussive effect of the strings being, struck. That's what's being felt, right? So you need to have that steady right hand. So don't compromise the right hand if you're looking to turn down the volume. Next thing is voicings. True Freddie Green style, he used almost exclusively the shell voicings, right? Root 7-3 or root 3-7. On the E string, basically, that's going to be this shape. E string, root, skip a string, then you have the D and G strings, right? So 1, 7, 3. For a C7, I've got C on the E string, B flat on the D string, and E on the G string. I don't need to worry about the A string. I'm still playing it, but my middle finger is kind of by default muting it. An F7 shape. This is an A root shape. We've got 1, 3, 7. F on the A string, A on the D string, E flat on the G string. Big part of how I get my Freddie Green sound is I let all my fingers kind of fall across the string, so I'm playing all the strings. I've got a wide right hand, so I really get that percussive effect, but I'm not actually letting the tone come out of those open strings. Same thing with the A string shape. Got my fingers almost flat here, kind of palm curled, hand kind of curled into the neck, which I usually don't advise, but in this case I want that because that muting percussive effect is absolutely crucial. So we either use these with the bass note or just the D and G strings where you have the thirds and sevenths moving to each other, right? So a blues could be this. Just on the D and G strings. You can live there all day long with your thirds and sevenths moving to each other. Alright, the next step, the last one I'm going to talk about for this short video, is how you play and how you feel the quarter notes. How do you swing quarter notes? This is a really, really weird thing once you think about it, because we think about swinging eighths, triple, like da da do do da da do do da da do da do do, right? But quarter notes, you don't have those triplet eighth notes to use as a subdividing. factor, right? You're not playing it. You're just playing chord notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's the difference between 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4? Here's straight. Here's more swinging. What happened? It's mostly in my head is the first place. I have to be subdividing the triplets. Doodle-la, doodle-la, triple-la, 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 ding, 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 ding. I'm thinking of the triplets, because if I'm thinking in triplets, then my quarter notes are going to fall in that same grid, right? If in my head I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, I'm going to play like that. That's not the style. So firstly, internally subdividing with triplets. That's going to get you those swinging quarter notes, at least closer. Next thing is how you phrase the quarter notes articulation-wise. They need to generally be long, short, long, short, long, short. But not too exaggerated, because here's exaggerated. If I say long, short, you're going to go. It's too much emphasis on beats 2 and 4. The reason why it's short is because you want that tight, crisp articulation of beats 2 and 4, which is, the backbeat of jazz swing music. The emphasis on 2 and 4. But you want to feel it, right? Let it be a little more closer to like a tenuto, or just an almost long enough length quarter note, not a full staccato. So more like this. Not doing much with my right hand at all. I'm not emphasizing beats 2 and 4, because what emphasizes it is that little lift. How do I get the lift? That mute without my right hand? It's the left hand. I'm muting with my left hand. I'm lifting up. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm kind of lifting up in time too, right? So by just lifting up, let me just barely see it. The strings are muted, the sound gets cut off. So that is what's getting my short articulation on beats 2 and 4. So long, short, long, short, long, short lift, long, short lift, long, short lift. Right? I'm lifting very much at a specific point. And I'm not thinking exactly of the rhythm of where that's happening, but it's important that I lift after the second and fourth beat. So those are the 3 elements you need. That's really it. Of course, if I went further with this lesson, I would talk about how, add rhythmic clicks with some, adding some upbeat, offbeat stuff with, muting, and also adding some passing chords, just approaching any chord above or below a half step on beat 4. But the 3 elements you need are turning down, making sure it's the appropriate volume. So that means you have to, play with your cats. I mean, I have cats, I love cats, but play with your bandmates, right, in the rhythm section. Find that balance where you are more felt than heard, but you're not gone, right? And then you want to make sure you're using the right voicings. Those tight 1, 7, 3 voicings. Again, they can be major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, whatever you need. They're all right there. E string, skip the A, D, and G. And then root on the A string is 1, 3, 7. 3 adjacent strings. So 1, 3, 7, like that. Major 7, dominant 7, minor. You get all the voicings for the basic 7 chords that you need right there. You could even play them rootless, so you're just on the D and G string. Because that's where the thirds and sevenths are all going to live, no matter what shape you're using. Last thing is swinging the quarter notes. By internalizing and thinking of that triplet subdivision. Do da da do da da triplet do da do da do da do da do da do da da do da. You get an emphasis on beats 2 and 4 when you subdivide that way, and we can also explicitly emphasize that by lifting up with our left hand and having that be a little bit of an articulation, just like we're cutting off a note, just a little bit shorter. So long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Not too exaggerated either way. It's not long, short, long, short. It's Right hand's chilling. It's not doing anything different. All chord notes. It's all about the left hand muting. See that lift? That's when I'm lifting up on beats 2 and 4, right after beats 2 and 4 to get that short articulation. So I'm going to play, chorus comping a C blues. Pretend it's C jam blues. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope this helps you out a little bit with Freddie Green comping. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's very, very rewarding, and really goes to show how much of the rhythm part is crucial in your role in the band, because you're in the rhythm section, not the harmonic section, not the melodic section, the rhythm section, and you are part of a greater good. It's not about you. It's not about some wild voicings or crazy rhythms or taking over. That's for other styles. Again, this is a time and place. Swing charts, straight ahead. You're playing Count Basie. You're playing Ellington, you're playing Thad Jones. Certain things within that universe, you need to use this style. So enjoy and keep swinging.